What if I told you that some of the most valuable life lessons can be found in the pages of a book? Fiction is often seen as an escape from reality, but what if it could be more? More than serving as a trivial pursuit, fiction teaches us important lessons about empathy, decision making, and problem solving. Firstly, fiction teaches empathy by allowing us to see the world through others' eyes and showing how people can grow and change. An example from Game of Thrones is Jaime Lannister. When we first meet Jaime, he is an arrogant knight with seemingly no care except for his own fame. As we start to see him from his own perspective and those of his loved ones, and we get his backstory, we see he's really a complex individual shaped by trauma, duty, and love, even if that love is misplaced. As the series progresses, he goes from a proud knight to an utterly broken man, and we see him regret his former choices. This shows how people can grow and change, and also teaches us that there is more than meets the eye, and teaches empathy for others. This is important because most of the time it's not some arrogant jerk who pushed a child out of a window, it's your middle school bully who stole lunch money from you. And it's important to be able to understand people and see them from a different perspective. My second point is that fiction helps us understand the consequences of our choices. This is often referred to as the law of unintended consequences. An example is when Peter Parker, having recently come into his abilities, ignores a robber and doesn't stop as it's not his problem. The same robber kills his Uncle Ben later that night. This teaches us how our actions have consequences beyond what we can normally foresee, which teaches us to be careful with our choices and also take responsibility for their consequences when they arise. Lastly, fiction inspires us to confront challenges and overcome adversity. I have two examples from The Lord of the Rings which complement each other, Frodo and Sam. Frodo is given an incredible burden. He gets so far and endures so much, but ultimately he falters in overcoming his challenge. He's so worn down and he just can't do it anymore. And that's when Sam comes in. Sam is a simple gardener thrust into a war he has no means to fight. But he's brave and he's loyal, so he perseveres and endures right alongside Frodo, though his burden is not quite so heavy. And when Frodo falters and can't do it anymore, Sam picks him up and gets him the rest of the way. Both characters face incredible odds and prevail, but Frodo shows us it's okay to need help sometimes. This is important for people to learn. It both shows us that we can overcome challenges and that sometimes we can't overcome them on our own, and that's okay too. In fact, fiction teaches us many important lessons about life and understanding the world around us. So, the next time you pick up a book or turn on the TV, I encourage you to remember that the lessons on the page or the screen can be just as important as the lessons learned in the classroom, if not more so. Fiction is not only an escape, but a guide to living a more thoughtful life filled with empathy, understanding, and the strength to overcome adversity.